I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Welcome to the 34 Motorsports Product Showcase. We're proud to offer the full line of Simpson Racing safety products. The Shark Speedway is a perfect brain bucket to keep your melon as safe as possible. We carry every model and size of Hans device, and these have saved countless lives. The Hybrid Pro Lite is an alternative to the Hans device and is just as effective. The DNA 3-layer suit offers maximum protection when things get hot. And hey dude, those comfy shoes won't help one bit when things go south. Keep those hands ready to work with a pair of Vortex FIA gloves meeting every current standard. From 5 to 7 points, we carry every one of the Simpson harnesses, keeping your rear end right where it should be. Keep all your gear clean and together with the helmet and FHR bag, and always be ready to hop in a race car. Visit 34motorsports.com and order today.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This more iRacing action here on the National Racing Network. Is tonight the stars and cars of the Indy Pro 2000 Championship get ready to take on Worldwide Technology Raceway. Oh, this is one of my favorite races of the year, one of my favorite car and track combinations on the iRacing platform. My name is Chris Graham. It is a pleasure to have you hanging out with us tonight. As always, joined in the booth on Thursday nights by Mr. James Watson. He's going to be an in-race reporter for us, getting ready to go out and qualify here in just a moment. I'll tell you what here, brother. This one has the potential to be pretty darn wild here.
Oh, this is going to be an abject insanity disaster, whatever you want to call it. Races here always are. Like, we're going to get the craziest pack race you'll ever imagine while still actually driving like a traditional racetrack. You're gonna get a lot more streaks of terror from me, so prepare yourself.
Yeah, this one has the potential to be pretty insane. Talking to the drivers a little bit in the pre-race, it sounds like in the corners, you're either on the throttle or off the throttle. You're really using the throttle to steer the car almost as much as you are the wheel. That's a lot different of a feeling than what these drivers have had here in the past.
Yeah, it's handling is a bit off lately with some of the track. conditions, you're having to wheel it a lot more, which just makes things even crazier because you're still going to have the draft that just sucks everybody up while having to fight your car. So yeah, we're gonna see some severe evasive maneuvers.
And I am looking forward to it. That is for sure. Tell you a little bit about the race here in just a moment as we have qualifications already underway here. In fact, Andrew Berry just finishing up his run, but quick time, top of the board, Jason Owens. Owens going to be clocking in at a 31:28. That is a pretty darn quick lap there for Jason Owens. Andrew Berry, second quick. Everett Paddock, David Porcelli, Nagisa Yoshikawa, your top five. Let's take a look here and see who is still out on the racetrack. Actually, just about everybody is done here. Only Kylo Ciacelli and Jason Paydu may still make an attempt to qualify for this one. Not a ton of time left here in qualifications either. We'll get the timing and scoring data up here in 2 minutes and 10 seconds, as the clock says. One of the interesting things here that we kind of have to think about here, James, is at some point tire strategy could come into play. With how heavy you're using the throttle in the corners, that really can cook off the right side tires of these things. So as much as it's a pack race, you're going to have to put some pretty heavy thought into how you want to drive the car to conserve tires for late in the race, or do you consider a mid-race pit stop?
No. I mean, no. You, even though the wear is pretty high, fresh tires doesn't make all that much of a difference. And it's not exactly easy to pass here. So you're just setting yourself up for disaster. You pit, there's just run what you brung.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like it could be the direction that things are going to go here this evening. And setup is going to be a very big deal, obviously, kind of as we would expect here. And in fact, let's pick up Kylo Ciacelli as he is just finishing up his qualification run, and he will be the last car to get a lap in. And it's going to be a good one, 31.340 seconds, 31.340. The lap time of record for Kylo Ciacelli. And well, we got a comment in here that we're going to have to get to early, James. Mike McCullen is checking in saying, I'm very sad that Watson didn't call last week's race from the Waffle House in Lima.
I was going to. I asked Graham, and he said, no, focus on your vacation, you dumbass.
Yes, we did tell James to enjoy the time off here, and let's see. Let's get ready to tell you about tonight's starting grid here, because this is going to be a unique mix of names, James. A lot of oval specialists, and because the way iRacing handles the splits now, some of the bigger names we're used to seeing didn't even make the top split because their oval rating isn't real high. And we're going to have some very, very different names here at the front of this field.
That's the fun of Oval Week.
Oh, that's fantastic. Jason Owens will be your pole sitter tonight with a lap time of 31.276 seconds. He wants himself a piece of Oval Week in a very big way here. Finally getting the sim put back together after a couple of months hiatus. We'll say due to a friendly neighbor child flooding most of his house. Andrew Berry going to line up on the outside of row number 1, 42 thousandths back. Everett Paddock and Kylo Ciacelli on row number 2. David Porcelli and Nagisa Yoshikawa on row 3. And you got to go all the way back to 6th place Yoshikawa before we see even a tenth of a second. Frank Wynn and Brian Karszewski in row number 4. Row 5 will have... Oh, Dylan, you're going to kill me here, bud. Dylan Wilashinski out of the Carolinas. That's the correct Polish pronunciation. I'm not sure if that's how you're going to pronounce it, though. Richard Holt lining up on the outside of row 5. Mike Collier and Carl Giangrande on row number 6. Row 7 will have Frankie D and Simon Fell. Row 5, James Watson, Wes Weidman. James, you got a long way to go there, brother, starting the 15th position. Only car on row number 9, going to be the 17 of Jason Paydu. And he elected not to take a time.
You gotta love it. Every race I've done this week, I've qualified no worse than 6. When it matters, I just completely shit the bed and end up 15. I am in heavy danger.
1.25 miles here at Gateway, 11 degrees of banking in turns 1 and 2, 9 degrees in turns 3 and 4 for a racetrack originally opened in 1967. This is round number 7 of the championship. 50 laps going to be the distance. And we'll talk about the championship point standings here in just a minute. But as always, race fans, as the field bottles up here in turns 3 and 4, the start of the Indy Pro 2000 Championship at Gateway is going to be all yours. One lap in the books, and it will be Jason Owens leading lap number 1 over Andrew Berry, Kylo Ciacelli. How about Everett Paddock now making the move up? They're going to be double file. Ciacelli down to the inside, Paddock up to the outside of the racetrack. 5th place going to be David Porcelli. The abject insanity is already starting. Andrew Berry going to lead lap number 2. Ciacelli down to the inside, 3 wide into turn number 1. Owens backs out just a little bit in turn number 1. Oh, and Ciacelli goes around. Caution is out. Trouble on the racetrack for Kylo Ciacelli, and unfortunately, looks like another car may have been collected in that one as well. We'll have to wait and see who that was, but looks like Andrew Berry will be your race leader. Let's take a look here at the Hot Shoe Raceware instant replay. Ciacelli looking quick down on the inside of the racetrack, and man, the car just absolutely gave up behind him. Big contact there with the 11 of Richard Holt as well. Right front corner torn off of Kylo Ciacelli's machine, and unfortunately looks like that will likely be the end of the night for Kylo Ciacelli. I'll tell you what, James, it's so incredibly easy to do that. Off of turn number 2, you get a big head of steam into turn 1, and it's just too much, and the car steps around exiting 2.
Yeah, and you have to like dump the throttle to get the right rear to load up and get it to sail around, especially with the move that he was pulling off. It's a very hard move to pull off. And let me tell you, Rex here, absolutely terrible, because you have no idea what's going to happen and where to go. You're in so close confines, and especially packed up like this, it's not fun. It's not fun at all.
Yeah, actually, let's take a look here and go on board with James Watson. See what you saw into turn number 1. Up on the high side of the racetrack, which is where Ciacelli started to spin to. Oh, man, almost got it up into the fence. Quick grab of the gears, get back in line. Everybody's going to be happy. But a tough break early on here for Kylo Ciacelli. Question coming in from Mike McCullen, wondering why Jason Owens was taking so long to grid. Is Jason Owens busy forgetting to put his race setup on? Oh, Mike chose violence today, and I am all for it here.
Mike always chooses violence, and it is beautiful.
Let's see here. Let's bring Jason Owens up into the booth with us here. Jason, we had a question in the comments here, wondering if you took so long to grid because you were busy forgetting to put your race setup on.
That's a good call, and I actually put it on immediately after I qualified. And then when I did grid, I had a moment of terror that I had not put the fresh race set on, but I actually did. I was just busy talking. Nothing good. How about the way I noped out of that 3 wide in turn 1 there?
Yes, I was going to say, I believe the call was backed out a hair out of the throttle. There's going to be a lot of that going on tonight, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, really, anybody all the way back to Simon or James or Frankie could win this thing at this point, right? Like,
I'm going to need a lot of help. I'm going to need a lot of help if I can win it. I'd love to win it. I'd love to have that help, but I don't think that's going to happen. I just hoping for the best.
I don't know. There's a lot of activity that could happen in this race that I foresee. So
yeah, you're not
good
wrong.
luck.
All right, there you go. There's Jason Owens. Oh, that was absolutely fantastic. Take a look. Let's go side by side here with Everett Paddock. Pick him up for the restart here. He will restart third in line behind Andrew Berry and Jason Owens. Berry got a good jump there at the start. He's going to be able to open up all 4, maybe 5 car lengths on Jason Owens as they get into turn number 1. Kind of think this might be about where we start to see a little bit of guys behaving themselves here, James. Well, I say that, and Everett Paddock making the big move up to the outside on David Porcelli for third. Porcelli's going to be down to the inside of the racetrack, as is Jason Owens. Everett Paddock running a little bit higher lane there through 1 and 2. That's allowing Andrew Berry to get a little bit checked out here. Pick up the side-by-side a little bit further back in the pack here. This is going to be Mike Collard and Dylan Vilashinsky. Looks like Carl Giangrande going to be just back behind him a little bit there as well. Kind of show you the view a little bit further back. Actually, James Watson's going to be back there in that group as well. Everybody staying single file there. The battle starting to rage a little bit here at the front. These guys towards the back are going to have some work to do if they want to get up towards the front here. Porcelli able to clear Paddock on the outside at turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Going to put Porcelli up to third. Big swing up to the outside by Frank Wynn. How about it? Frankie, baby, that was absolutely fantastic through 1 and 2. Here comes Jason Owens with a big dive down to the inside at turn number 3. Almost slid up into Andrew Berry. Berry's got to get a little bit wide through 4. They'll drag race to the line this time. By it will be. Oh, Jason Owens at the line by a couple of thousands. Oh, man. Leaders are side by side, and they're 3 wide just back behind them. That was Porcelli, Frank Wynn, and Everett Paddock from outside to inside. Porcelli's got himself a little bit of a hot rod here as well, as he's going to dive down inside of Owens through 3. Still 39 laps to go when we're already spicy here at the front of the field. Owens back inside of Berry. Porcelli going to move up to the outside. Owens has to tuck back in line. Here comes Porcelli down to the inside. This is very much like the pack race we saw at Atlanta Motor Speedway last night in the Sim Racers Club. It was a lot of back and forth, but so long as you stayed with that front pack, you were going to be good. Right now, that's going to be the top 8. car right at the very tail end of that one there is going to be Brian Karszewski. Don't count out Mike Holler here either. Currently running in the 7th position. Yeah, Mike, I tend to agree with you here. I feel like the big one is just around the corner. There's only so much you can do, as I think Porcelli was just bump drafting Jason Owens down the front straightaway. There's only so much you can do before the netcode gods get involved. That's what's always kind of scared me a little bit about the PM18s here at Gateway. You have to run so tight, and James, maybe you can speak to this a little bit. You kind of have to be a little bit concerned that netcode doesn't just absolutely grenade your race.
Yeah, you have to be concerned that that might happen, although none of us ever are.
Pull up the battle towards the back of the pack. Oh, a caution flag is out. Caution on the speedway. Let's take a look, see what happened here. Wes Weidman having an issue. Let's take a look and see here what happened to the 9 car on the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Well, first we got to get the right camera keys back up. Now you take a look, see what happened to Wes Weidman. Oh, a little bit of contact. Weidman goes around, gonna jump the left rear corner of the race car. Tough break for Wes Weidman, but he will not be able to get that car rolling again, and he has to take the tow back into the pit area. All right, James, you got a second to breathe here. What's the thought process like now to try to move forward? It's not like some of the NASCAR races where you have a double file restart and you're going to be a little bit closer organically. What do you have to do to get that number 3 machine up to the front?
Get some luck. I almost had a move made, but car ahead slid up. I had to completely get out of it and ended up losing spot behind. So, yeah, I just need a whole lot of luck and some clear space.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like here at Gateway. Luck is a big part of this, and quite frankly, when the leaders decide to jump themselves, that might be the opportunity there for you.
Here's hoping.
You see the names cycling across the top of your screen, so we're not going to give you the top 10 rundown here under the caution flag. Looks like we're going to have at least one more lap under yellow. Let's see, who do we want to talk to? Let's see if we can bring Andrew Berry up here into the booth with us. And Andrew, Oh, sorry, but the cars looked very good here thus far early in the race. What are you thinking here in terms of strategy and that kind of stuff? Is it stay at the front and hold on?
Oh yeah, I was just talking to Jason. Like if I were to pit right now, I would be so far back that it would not really be worth it. Like tires, if you're like 10th on back, like you should pit for tires right now. Like anyone, Richard, Carl, or Jason goes, it looks like. Frankie went, but like, yeah, if I'm anyone in the bottom 5, I'm pitting right now. But because tires, like, they help, but like you're gonna lose the draft, and you're probably gonna burn up your rubber by the time you get anywhere up front. So like for me, it doesn't make sense to pit. But
all right, bud. Well, we appreciate it, and good luck the rest of the way here.
Yep, for sure. Thanks.
There you go. There's Andrew Berry. Oh man, this just has the potential for wild written all over it. We're going to come back to the green flag restart here with 32, actually going to be 31 laps to go, as we're going to have one more lap here behind the iRacing safety car. Does that kind of change your thought process at all, James? Knowing you would really only restart 15th, maybe a decent call for tires?
Had I known other people were pitting, I probably would have, but like, Like, tires don't make too much of a difference, so I feel like losing that one spot would be worth it.
Yeah, it sounds like track position, at least the further back you are, track position is going to be very important. The draft is huge, but you got to be in touch with everybody. And if you have a couple of cars that maybe are a tick slow ahead of you, losing a handful of laps passing those cars really could be a big-time headache.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
So here we go, getting ready to restart once again. Andrew Berry will be the race leader, followed by Portelli, Owens, Wynn, Paddock, Holler, Yoshikawa, Karszewski, Vilashevsky, and Holt, the top 10. I tell you what, Richard Holt lucked out there in that first incident. It looked like he absolutely clobbered Kylo Ciacelli, but there is a little bit of netcode kind of built into the crash mechanics. If you sort of drive through somebody, maybe what happened there with the 11 of Richard Holt.
Yeah, there's still a lot of speed left in that 11 car after that.
Pace car makes the crazy chicane onto pit road. Andrew Berry leads the field down. He's going full Colton Herta. He waits a long way down the front stretch before he grabs the throttle. And Owens is going to get a huge run off at turn number 2. There you see it starting to develop down the back straightaway. Excuse me, that's David Porcelli in second. Porcelli down to the inside of Berry into 3. That's a stout pass for the lead. Absolutely committed. Down over the start-finish line, and David Porcelli will lead his first lap of the race here at lap number 20. What was a pretty sizable lead for Andrew Berry. Well, it's really not now. Call it 5 car lengths back to Jason Owens in third. However, the gap between 5th place Everett Paddock and 6th place Nagisa Yoshikawa was sitting at right about 1 second, and it kind of looks like we may have a second pack developing here. We'll bring that one up on the side-by-side for you, because you can see your race leaders battling side-by-side through the turn 1 and 2 end of the racetrack, and that's the end with a little bit more banking. Oh my goodness, more violence from Mike McCullen. Oh, you meant Colton Herta the racer, not the crappy punk band drummer.
Yeez!
Wow. Oh, we've got a couple of cars going around in turn number 3.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, and it looks like James Watson is going to be one of those cars involved. Take a look here. Check out the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Couple of cars diving way down to the inside. Little bit of contact and a big hit for Richard Holt and James Watson. James, unfortunately, has to take the tow back into the pit area. And this race will hit the halfway point under the caution flag. David Porcelli will be your race leader.
And there's the netcode gods rearing their ugly head.
Yeah, that may have been, well, it was more than a little netcode, but Mike's saying, ouch, face full of side pod. Yeah, that was, the hit was pretty big. Not sure, maybe we'll take a look here at it again. play this one back at half speed, but we'll take a look and see what Richard Holtzdahl down into turn number 1. Oh man, may have been some contact. James, unfortunately, on the bad end of the netcode crash effect.
Yep. Once again, my dreams of 4K are dashed, as I'll likely be back down to 370 something.
Yeah, James entering the night as the number 3 driver in iRating on Oval. Always a little bit of a risk when you get into these races. If you're really kind of pushing for iRating, you know that the incidents like this can happen. I mean, it's quite frankly, it's why some of the best in the world have alt accounts, because they run their NASCAR Coach Series races on their 1, and then they have an alt account, which you're theoretically not supposed to be able to have. But every one of them does. They have an alt account that they get to go run around and practice and do the fun runs and all that kind of stuff. And you're not jeopardizing your 8,000-9,000 iRating that you use for the Coach Series.
Yeah, but when it's one of your better series, you kind of have no choice.
So I'm not sure if we are early morning or late afternoon here, but definitely can see the sun either rising or setting over Worldwide Technology Raceway. Take a look here, entering tonight's race. Pretty good points battle on our hands. David Porcelli sitting on 1,171 points. Everett Paddock only 15 back. Nagisa Yoshikawa 200 back. Graham Sanders 348. Frank Wynn 359. The big caveat to those numbers, though, is we do have drivers that have not counted all of their week yet. For example, Graham Sanders has only counted 4 weeks, so he's used all of his mulligans, and actually he's not going to count this week either, so this will be the final mulligan for the season for Graham Sanders. As we go back to green flag racing with 24 laps to go, good start there for David Porcelli. He's going to be able to hold off Andrew Berry. Berry actually going to have to work with Jason Owens here a little bit. We're used to seeing these two battling tooth and nail. Porcelli trying to snake down the front stretch. Berry just goes full send into turn number 1. Gap going to be 2 car lengths to take it off at turn number 2. 4th place, Frank Wynn. Going to be tucked right up there with Everett Paddock, Mike Collar, and Nagisa Yoshikawa. Top 3 starting to split off just a little bit here, though. We'll slide back a little bit, pick up Everett Paddock. Playing peekaboo with Frank Wynn into turn number 1. Oh man, we got to go right back to the front here too. Andrew Berry looking inside of David Porcelli. That'll be the battle for the race lead into 3. Berry able to complete the pass, slides up the racetrack, about a lane and a half through turn number 4, but he'll be good there. Big draft down the front straightaway for Porcelli. And Jason Owens going to try to come with him. Oh, there's almost contact in turn number 1. That's going to bring everybody back together. 21 laps to go here at Gateway. What was a 3-car battle for the win, now 13 cars, all sitting within, well, we'll say 10 cars within about 2 seconds of each other. Porcelli back inside of Berry. How about Frank Wynn? He's going to go full send on Jason Owens. Owens has to back out of the throttle. Just breathe it a tiny bit off of turn number 2. Porcelli and Berry look like they're going to swap the lead again through 3. Wynn still on the inside of the racetrack. Owens to the outside in row number 2. Going to be Mike Holler, Everett Paddock forming up the third row of cars. Holler down on the inside of the racetrack. He's going to go 3 wide into 1. Big dive by Mike Holler. Oh, what a pass. Fantastic move there by Mike Holler. That's going to put himself back up for the 4th position. He's going to work. Oh, Frank Wynn. Big old bizzle down the back straightaway.
I don't know. I think he was looking to make it 3 wide himself.
Jason Owens trying to sneak himself back to the front here. He goes down the inside of Frank Wynn. Into 1. Mike Holler going to bail out on Owens, though, as the leaders once again going to swap positions down the back stretch. If you're Andrew Berry, you almost have to wonder, do you not make the pass here just to make it at the entrance to 3, knowing that it's going to be tough to get that move made by the start-finish line with 1 to go?
Yeah, oh.
That was tight. Oh, and even tighter off of turn 2. Frank Wynn, Mike Holler almost getting together. And here comes Owens. He's thinking 3 wide into 3. Eight cars battling right at the front of the field. There is only so long they can do this before a mistake happens. I'll tell you what, if I'm David Porcelli, I am absolutely thrilled to do this lead swap every lap with Andrew Berry. It kind of keeps everybody else at bay a little bit. And he ends up with the race lead off at turn number 4. Down to 15 to go here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Oh, big moves at the front of the field. Mike Holler wants a piece of the lead. Didn't have anywhere to go down the backstretch. That door cracked ever so slightly for Frank Wynn. Andrew Berry's trying to figure out a way to get past David Porcelli by the start-finish line. Go on board here with Frank Wynn. He's up on the outside of the racetrack right now. Oh my goodness. Abject insanity at 160 miles an hour.
Whoa, late dive.
I'll tell you what, that might be the opening that Andrew Berry needs too, because yep, that's going to put Porcelli back to the race lead. Mike Holler's still going to be right there. However, this is where the big swings come into play. Oh, big dive down the inside. 3 wide into turn number 3. That's Frank Wynn down on the inside of the racetrack. Jason Owens back up to 3rd. He's brought Everett Paddock with him. Oh my goodness, this is getting intense now. Down to 11 laps to go. Eventually, there's no more give. And that's what I think we're starting to see now out of Andrew Berry. He's going to try to force David Porcelli to get the move made in a position where Berry stands to benefit with the big run down the front stretch. Let's see how this one shakes out this time by. Drag race at the line. Still David Porcelli by about 1/3 of a car length. Owens way down to the inside of the racetrack. He showed Porcelli he was there. That's going to force Berry to slide up the racetrack. Last night, the Sim Racers Club was finishing upside down and on fire at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Earlier this week, a 4-wide finish separated by less than a car length for the race win. I'm not sure which of those two we're going to see tonight, but we are going to see something absolutely spectacular. Porcelli and Owens down to the inside lane, entering turn number 3. Holler slides up the racetrack. May give up a little bit of positioning there. Man, I'll tell you what, if I'm Andrew Berry, you can't make the pass into one. That or you have to become incredibly aggressive. Oh, there it is. Very aggressive on the block. Oh, here comes Owens. 3 winding the 3 once again. Porcelli, 2 for 1. He's going to fall back to 4th. Going to put Owens up to 2nd, Holler to 3rd. But now Owens is going to have to get back up in line here if he wants to contend for this race win. Big move to the inside. Oh, they're going to slide up the racetrack. Berry's almost up to the wall. What a save by Andrew Berry. It's going to put Jason Owens and Mike Holler in a drag race to the line.
I wonder if Porcelli has damage.
You got to wonder at least a little bit here. Porcelli back to 7th and not really making up any ground. Unless you just don't want to be in the fight. I mean, it's a points battle here. With Grant Sanders not being here, this is a huge night possibly for David Porcelli and his championship aspirations. As Andrew Berry gets to the inside of Owens. Not going to be there. 5 to go at the line. Owens runs a tiny bit wide through 1 and 2. It's going to set up the big run down the backstretch. Oh, there's contact. Berry got a little bit loose. Holler's going to go up the gut. That door slams quickly closed. Mike Holler has to drop back down to the inside lane. Owens starting to get a little bit of squirrely. Oh, man, Now we're 3 wide for the lead with 4 to go.
Yeah, Porcelli got damaged when Berry made that crazy late block.
At the rate these guys are going up front, this could end up being a top 3 finish anyway for David Porcelli at the rate they're racing. Three to go is going to be Andrew Berry for the race lead. Oh, Owens looks inside. Holler tries to pinch him down. Owens is going to be there, forces Holler onto the binders a little bit. That could slow the showdown just a tick here as Andrew Berry back to a 2.5 car length lead. Any caution at this point, and this is where the race ends. And Jason Owens has got to be thinking that in second place. 2 laps to go. Berry going to go inside to protect that line. May cost him a little bit of time here at the exit of the corner, though. Owens gets the big toe down the backstretch. Oh, big move inside. What a move by Jason Owens. 2x3 off of turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Gateway. Owens and Berry side by side into 1. Oh, this is going to be absolutely fantastic. Owens tucks back in line. Gonna grab a little bit more draft. There's almost contact again into 3. Owens and Berry still. Oh, there's contact! What a save by Andrew 4, checkered flag in the air. Jason Owens wins at Gateway. What a save by Andrew Berry. Mike Holler comes home third. What a finish. They were about 4 wide for third on back. Oh my goodness. What a run, Jason Owens. I have no idea how Andrew Berry saved that car through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Good luck getting any sleep after that one. Take a look at your race results as Jason Owens burns down the front straightaway. He gets the win by 0.3 of a second over Andrew Berry. Mike Holler, we'll call it about 0.06 of a second back of finishing in the runner-up position. Everett Paddock, Brian Karszewski in the top 5. Simon Fell, Dylan Vilashinsky, Frank Wynn, David Portelli, and Jason Paydu, your top 10. Frankie D and Carl Giangrande going to be back through the 12th position. Final cars finishing on the lead lap. Nagisa Yoshikawa going out of the race 8 laps down in the 13th position. Richard Holt 14th. James Watson 15th. Wes Weidman 16th. And Kylo Ciacelli going out on lap number 3. Very early on in this one. Tough break there for Kylo. James, that was, wow.
About what we expected.
They did it again here at Gateway. As I say this every time, this is one of my favorite car and track combinations on the iRacing platform. Just always puts on an incredible show.
Yeah, this is why this is always on the schedule as often as you can put it on.
Yeah, and I think it will not be on the schedule next season, only because basically iRacing says you can't put it on the schedule every season. They do want some, man. Let's see here. Let's bring in our race winner into the booth before we get this comment up on the screen. Jason Owens, congratulations. That was, wow. That was insane.
A thing, right? That was a thing that happened. Oh, man, I love these cars at this track, on any track, any oval. I don't know, man. It's criminal that there aren't more people running these things on a daily basis. But I just want to thank Andrew and Mike and Everett and Simon and Frank for how clean everybody was running up there. It was, I don't know if you guys caught onto it on the broadcast, but Porcelli was running a significantly lower downforce set than everybody else. And so it was really throwing off like how everybody was entering and exiting the corners. And I hate that he got that front wing tweak as either lap 42 or 43. But that kind of changed the dynamic. And I was so worried I went too early on Andrew, but managed to, I think we kind of did, I don't know if we got some right side rubbing or left side love there on the 3-4 in the last turn, but everybody kept it straight and we had a good finish. So thanks again.
I don't know how Andrew was able to save that. And I don't know if it was right side romance or left side loving. There was definitely contact in 3. One of the things I love about this car is there is, even with the low downforce package you're running, there's still enough that you can correct it and save it. And you guys didn't wad up all 10 of you or whatever it was running in that lead pack there at the end.
No, and there were some moves that I noped out of for the first 40 laps that I just kept my foot in it in the last 10. And huge credit to everybody else driving in the series. You know, there's some new guys here, Brian and Dylan. I haven't seen them running here before, but they ran super clean and great up front. Hopefully we put on a great show for everybody here on the NRN. And man, I don't know when the last time I won one of these SOF deals was, but it's great to bring the Extra Life Riley Children's Hospital car here to Victory Lane and take down an SOF win. It is fan-freaking-tastic.
Yes, you got the backup sim rig out, and Mike McCullen says, time for some celebratory recycle bin stomping.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to go jump up and down in the garage right now.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, Jason, congratulations on the win, bud. And before we let you go here, I'm choking on myself. Get all your sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, definitely huge thank you to Extra Life, Riley Children's Hospital, Gomez Sim Industries here with the GSI, Sapphire Wheel. I do want to call out that moving from the ultra wide to the triples now, I could see where everybody was when those 3 wides and actually do stuff that didn't look hopefully as dumb on the broadcast because I could see what I was doing. But yeah, thrilled to be back and top step of the podium is a great way to kick off this race weekend here in Indianapolis.
Yes, it is, Jason. Thank you very much. We appreciate you checking in with us here. And let's go to our runner-up finisher here because I have to ask the question, how did you save that in turns 3 and 4 on the white flag lap?
I hit Jason and it corrected the car. I was looping it entirely. I was just looking at it just now because there's no way that I don't loop the car if Jason's car is not there to correct it because I was gone otherwise.
That's hilarious. So we can definitively say that it was left side lovin' from you, not right side romance from Jason. But
oh yeah, for sure.
Man, that. Is there anything more fun on the iRacing platform than the PM18s at Gateway?
It's a great combination. Probably one of the best combinations in the service. It's so much fun, and you can race so close here that it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. I make sure to run it every time for sure.
Well, it was a hell of a run, an absolutely fantastic race for you. We appreciate you checking in with us during the race and hanging out with us here post-race. And before we let you go, get all the big thank yous in.
Yeah, thanks to everyone doing the broadcast and everyone for showing up because it was a fun time.
Yes, it was. That was absolutely unreal. Time now to bring in our third place finisher tonight. You had, I'll say maybe a little bit of pucker factor Zulu there late in that one, Mike Holler. That was, man, it had to be wild from your perspective.
Throttle in for the win. That was really, really fun. It was I obviously started really far in the back too, so it was really fun climbing up. And then the end, I purposely made a bit of a gap to the group ahead so that I could try to get a run on the final laps. I think I ended up doing maybe one of the fastest laps. I had a pretty fast lap. I can't remember. Because of that, it might have been the last one. No, it wasn't.
Yes, actually, yes. You claimed fastest lap of the race at a 30.987. Everybody else was in the 31. So it was the strategy call work. I'm still trying to figure out, though, how you went from 6th to 3rd when passing was a little bit difficult if you were not the top 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really. I guess whatever set I was using, I didn't really have a problem with setting up passes, and I was the set I had felt like it worked on the inside and the outside, especially in one where most of the passing happened, and it was it worked out. I am kind of like beyond thrilled about going past 2 cars. I know there was contact and all that, but that was crazy. I'm glad I didn't kill Andrew going 3 wide. When Jason forced it 3 wide into 3 towards the end. And then, it was just a really, really good tight race. I don't think I had a set to win it from the, running on clean air, but I feel like I could really easily maneuver the passes and work the throttle around people. And that felt really good.
Man, and 4 wide coming to the line, that was absolutely insane. Congratulations on the podium finish here. Nice to get to talk to you again in the Victory Lane interviews. Congratulations on it, bud, and before we let you go, get all the sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, thank you to my partner, who is sleeping now, but she'll surely hear about this tomorrow. And looks like we're getting some climate action in Congress coming up here, so that's pretty exciting. So thanks for everyone who's making that happen, and Citizens Climate Lobby and all that group does, and all I do with them. Thanks.
All right, but okay.
Thanks for the broadcast too, and for sacrificing an in-car reporter. Normally, people just sacrifice the cameras on the front noses of the cars, but I think a reporter got sacrificed too there. So I know that comes at great expense.
Oh, that's awesome. Mike choosing violence. Not the only. Mike McCullen's been in the comments absolutely torching everybody. So not the only Mike choosing violence here tonight. We like it.
Yep, it's a hot mic night, that's for sure. I didn't actually see what happened with Watson, so I say that only having seen smoke in my back in a couple sideways cars. But yeah, it was a really fun race, best I've had in a while, and just in terms of fun too, not even just finishing position. So that was a good time.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you much. We appreciate you checking in with us here. Man, James, you're getting it from all sides here, bud. The comments, the post-race interviews. Are you doing okay over there?
I'm too busy just looking at my iRating loss to pay attention to anything else.
Yeah, that one probably hurts a little bit.
Only 94, though. I was expecting 150, so at least I'm in the 38th, but it's going to be like another month before I get close to this point again.
Insane.
Pain.
Well, your iRating is about 6 times higher than what mine is. We'll just leave that there. We'll let that marinate for a minute. Man, I'll tell you what, though, bud. We got a hell of a show to see tonight. As always, the Indy Pro 2000 Championship puts on just an epic race here at Gate.
Always. This car, and people wonder why we all get so excited when it's an oval week. It doesn't matter what oval, it always puts on a show.
Yes, it does. And with that, we are going to wrap up our coverage here for the week. Kick things off again on Wednesday night. It will be the Sim Racers Club running their penultimate round of the championship. Still one more to go after this week. Then it will be Thursday night, back with Burt Wojcik, Adam Rubright for the High Side Hustle doing their Knoxville Nationals preview. And then the Indy Pro 2000 Championship heading off to Mosport, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Yes, another great course. I tell you what, outside of week 12, the rest of this schedule is fantastic. Mosport, Phillip Island, Road America, Phoenix. Chef's kiss. That was absolutely well done by the community managers getting the schedule set up this season. We're looking forward to bringing all of it to you, but for now, we're getting the heck out of here. For James Watson and everybody here at the National Racing Network that makes these broadcasts happen, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will talk to you all soon. Have a great night, everybody.